Hello everyone, I'm Joanne. Welcome to my craft room. Excited as usual to be here with you guys. Today we're going to work with the Serenade of Autumn collection. This wonderful embossing folder. Look at these sunflowers. I am an affiliate. There are links below for you to click on and order any of your crafting supplies along with what I show you here. And when you do that and place an order, I receive a small commission, but that's at no cost to you, and I thank you so much for all your support. So today, I want you to look at these leaves. Look at how shiny they are, right? We're going to make those today. And let's see, so I'm going to use this beautiful embossing folder. This is called the Basket of Sunflowers, of course. Look at the weave in here. Look at that basket weave in there. Isn't that pretty? I just put it on the bottom of this card, a slim line, and I use the Serenade of Autumn paper for the top. These beautiful butterflies right here. There's a nice array of paper. This was sold out, I think, on Spellbinders, but then it was available at scrapbook.com. So I post both the links for you guys, Spellbinders and scrapbook.com links. Look at those beautiful sunflowers, so much fun. Because if you are part of the Spellbinders kits, like if you do the club kits a month, if you also place an order for product, then you receive 10% off. With all of that being said, I received a very nice email this morning from Spellbinders, and they asked me if I would commit to doing the stitched die of the month for the year of 2024. And of course I said yes, why wouldn't we? So you'll see me do that every month coming up in 2024, starting in January. I'm very excited about that. So it was a really nice email to get, to be asked if I would go ahead and do some affiliate work for them and a little designing with it. So that should be a lot of fun, right? So stay tuned for that here on this channel. I appreciate it. On here, I also used this one. I love this crystal mix. You can see I'm almost out of them. I need to place an order. When these things, they go in stock, out of stock, in stock, out of stock constantly. So my best bet to you is to click notify me, and then you'll get an email when they're back in stock. So even if I list it below on any of my videos, if you want it and it's out of stock, just click the notify me and they will go ahead and send you an email when it comes in stock. The other thing I'm going to use today, which again runs out all the time, is these Pink Fresh Studio, the 1/4 inch and the 1/8 inch brushes. I absolutely love these blending brushes when I do small work. And you know, and you see, I use foam that's flat. I use dome foam. I use brushes. I use those brushes. You know, just everything. So, but for this right here, for this technique that we're going to do here, we are going to use those little brushes, a little bit of Simon Hurley's Solar Paste. I'm addicted to it. Golden Hour, as far as I'm concerned, I need the entire collection of all the colors, so that hopefully that will be happening soon. But for today, so let's talk about this card right here. The base is 7 by 8.5, and it's just scored at 3.5. Okay, so 7 by 8.5, and it's scored at 3.5. With the 7-inch side at the top, and that gives you a really nice slimline card. Both of these sections are 3.5 inches wide, and let's see, this top section, I wrote them down, is 3.5 by 4. That's your patterned paper, 3.5 by 4. I've already cut that for our card that we're going to make. And then we're going to run it through the embossing folder, because sometimes, you know, if you don't want the whole slim line, you don't have to use the whole thing. I just wanted to kind of design something around that to show you guys. So this is 3.5 by 4.5, and we're just going to pick up, you know, some of this. We could put it in the middle, just wherever. This is a 3D embossing folder. See, it says E3D. That's how Spellbinders will tell you that it's 3D. And then I've got another little piece of pattern paper from the beautiful Serenade of Autumn, this brown right here. And I liked where it had like the little bit of etching or writing on it. And this piece is just 1 by 3.5. Of course, everything is 3.5 because that's what this is wide. Now, let's just go ahead and start We have many. Oh, and then we're going to make a wax seal. I love this wax seal. I was raving about it on the last video that I used it in. I absolutely, totally love this sunflower wax seal. So we're going to have fun with that. The inks I'm using today to blend with are all Gina K. And I'm using Wild Dandelion, Dark Chocolate, Dark Carnation, Dark Spruce, and Light Spruce. So these will be my inks that we design with. Let me get my card base here. I've already got it cut, scored, and folded for us. So again, 8.5 by 7, scored at 3.5. And I'm going to go ahead and put the top portion on already. I love these butterflies. And again, this is, what would I say, 3.5 by 4. Okay, 3.5 by 4 right up there. And let's see, let me get a little bit of glue here. And we can't really go any further until we emboss, right? So let's go ahead and we'll do that next too. If I could get my glue to come out. I just keep a pin. I keep like a quilt pin to the side. Look at that. It's full of glue. But it's to unclog my bottles whenever that happens. Let's go ahead and... There we go. Go ahead and turn the camera on. Everything's fine until you turn on the camera. Yeah. So I'm going to put this on the top. And I want to really let it meet the top. I kind of just tap, tap like that. And that's perfect. Okay. Now we're going to emboss this piece. We'll glue that on in just a second. And get my platinum. Take these out because I'm using a 3D embossing folder. And then I'm going to use the D adapter plate. This has the sandwiches on it. This is the Platinum 6 I like to use. Of course, whatever that you have for your die cutting machine. If you like it, that's great. If not, you might want to go ahead, maybe even for Christmas, and splurge and get the Platinum 6. Okay, I'm going to put this right in here now. Right here is a beautiful big sunflower, so I'm going to put that kind of toward the bottom there. Okay, just like so. I want to make sure that I'm not crooked, just straight. Okay, now my picture here shows right here, and the open end of the folder is toward the machine. So that's just the way that I'm going to do it. I've always done it that way. It's come out fine. I don't know if... I haven't really tried it the other way. You know, what I'm saying is sometimes you could put an embossing folder into one of these machines, and if you put it in wrong, it will crack this apart. Okay, right here. I've had that happen to me because I have put them in there wrong. You know, so, oh, look how pretty. And this is just a light green. Isn't that pretty? I love that sunflower. That's beautiful. Okay, now let me move this aside and bring back in my plates. I like to use a magic mat. Let me get myself turned the right way. Everything looking at me, looking at you, right? Just a piece of white paper, because we're going to color all of our leaves. And I'm going to just go ahead and place them on here. I like to use Nina white cardstock. And I have that linked below. I get that through Amazon. Right there. Perfect. And we're going to cut this out. And I'm sorry, this is the... Did I even tell you? Did I tell you that it's the foliage? Autumn foliage from the Birds and Bees collection. That's what we're doing with just the... And that's all that I want. No flowers, just foliage. I want to work with each of these that came with the parasol. You know, Spellbinders sends me wonderful goodies, and then I go ahead and do my videos and a little designing, and you know, just have a lot of fun. So I like to give each and every one, you know, its own video, because I like you guys to see what you can do with it, you know. And then I rotate back around and I go through and, you know, do some more videos with other things. And there's even stuff back here I haven't even touched yet that they sent me. So there's a lot coming, you know. But I think I've posted a lot too, so I think that's good. You know, the other card that I did with what's in this collection is right here. Isn't that pretty? Remember, we made the parasol, and then we did all of the fluting with these flowers and twisting them. Look, didn't that come out pretty? So pretty. Now, this is another part of it. Look at that. So this is the pom-pom, and then this is the autumn foliage. So, you know, just different here and different there. I am looking here. This is bothering the bejesus out of me. I didn't get enough glue on the end of this card, and every time I look at it, I'm like, I have to put glue there. So if you'll just excuse me just for a second here so that I can satisfy my OCD. There we go. All right, good. Now let's go ahead and place this on the bottom of our card. And then we'll have the front of it completed. So this is going to come right here and meet up. And it can, if it needs to overlap just a little bit, because this is 3.5 by 4.5, that's okay. We're going to take this to hide our seam. And then it becomes like a little resting area for our leaves also. And let's see, let me get the full one. There we go. More glue when there is embossing because of all of the nooks and crannies. And let's just put this right here. I love that sunflower. I know we all love sunflowers. And so again, I just did the tap tap thing, and to get it even on the bottom. Watch my sides there. Perfect. I made sure I put enough glue on that one, right? So I didn't have to go back and re-glue. Go. Okay, now I'm going to take this piece, 1 by 3.5, okay? My little notes, right? But we're not going to see them, are we? And we're going to take this and place it right here in the center. And it's going to hide the seam, and it's going to break that up, so that then we have a nice resting place for our leaves. Now the other thing is, sometimes when you cut, things can be just a little bit off on the sides. So kind of take a peek, and if you need to, go ahead and trim. I didn't need to on my other one, but this one I do need to give it a little bit of a slice there, the least little bit. Perfect. Okay, wonderful. Let's put that aside. Now, next what we're going to do is color our leaves. Now, I also, for the sentiment on this, let's talk about that. The one that I did was, it's just a note. Here's You're a Great Friend. I just picked this out of sentiments that I've already had. Here's another just a note. This is in the blush with the foil toward the background and the white toward the front, and this is the white in the background and then the foil toward the front. There's a thank you and sending hugs and happy birthday. Ooh, happy birthday's fun. I don't know, I kind of like You're Great. Let's do this just a note. We'll do the opposite of what, you know, the foiling. So let's use that one. And that is done in the blush. I keep these in a little container, and I use them just whenever I feel like it. So this worked out really well for this one. Okay, now let's go ahead and ink. That's what we want to do next. So I'm going to go ahead and use my silicone mat here. Okay, I'm going to put my leaves down. They kind of stick to the silicone a little bit. It'll help to keep them in position. But they're small. You're still going to have to hold them a little bit. Okay. Now let's go ahead in with light spruce. And we're going to work on these two first right here. And I'll just, let me see if I've got dark on here. I'll just take that off. Good. So I'm just going to add the light spruce to my leaves. All over. See how it kind of sticks to that silicone? It is small though, you know, so might have to every now and again get your finger in there and just kind of hold it, you know. Okay, now let's go over to this greenery here. And I just want to lay down the color on every single one. I love these brushes. Like I said, if they're not there, do the notify me thing. And I try to look in both places. You know, I look in Spellbinders and scrapbook.com to see if things are available. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with the dark spruce. I also love this because, see, this really doesn't move, okay? Really seriously doesn't move. I'm going to take the dark and I'm going to come down here at the bottom and make it a little darker. Come around these edges. Just like that, okay? So you come in and make it darker at the bottom. Coming up through that, like the vein of the leaf here in the center where it would have darker color. And then just letting it stay kind of faded out toward the edges there, like that. We might add a little bit more color though. Because wait till you see what we do. Okay. So there's our green. Now, for these, the other three leaves, I took her wild dandelion, which is a beautiful color. This is a gorgeous yellow. If you love yellow, you're going to love this color. And I'm going to just go ahead and put wild dandelion over all of it. Each and every one. Now see how my mat is just kind of, as I'm pushing it down with the brush, you know, it's kind of holding it for me. We're making fall colors here, right? We're going to make it look like fall. Okay. There's our yellow. And now let's get the dark carnation. And I'm going to get a little scrap paper here. I'm using a smaller brush this time. Go into the dark carnation. I'm going to kind of wipe it off. And I'm just going to swirl the center of that leaf. Just swirling. And sometimes I don't even want to dab it off that much. I want blobs, okay, because leaves are like that. Just that little bit I want to cut. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Just around through there. Perfect. Okay. Just like that. I used my smaller brush there. Now I'm going to go in with the dark chocolate. Right here. And I'm going to take the dark chocolate and I'm just going to come around these edges then all over the leaf, okay? Just like that. We're not done. We're not done, I promise, we're not done. So get a little bit of the darker on the outer edge, and then kind of just let it blend in a little bit with your brush. You can even flick it if you wanted to. Some people like to hold it up in their hands, you know. However you like it, you like it. Okay, now here we have our leaves. And you're like, wow, what a mess, right? The solar paste. Wait till you see this. I'm going to put this now over here on some scrap paper because I definitely don't want my solar paste to dry on this. Okay, so I'm going to pick that up. Now, I had so much fun doing this. Take some of that off. It dries around the rim a little bit, you know, so go ahead and remove that. You don't need that. Now, you can either take what's in the lid right here. That's what I used for most of this. Or, you know, of course, out of the jar. Now watch this. Solar paste, and this is golden hour. I'm just going to wipe this on my leaf. Just like that. And bring it in here. I need a little bit from the jar there. Look at that. That's amazing. That is just amazing. I put most of that on there, but I wanted to get some more here on those edges, okay? This has to dry, okay? And I want my leaves to get really dry because we're going to curl them and bend them and have fun with them. See what I meant about, like, where it doesn't matter what happened with your ink on there. They're going to look fantastic once you put this solar paste on it. Okay, a little bit more here. Now, as they dry, they get shinier. You get more of a sheen. Try just to take that off my finger there. Okay, let's take a look. So right here, you know, there is a sheen, okay, but look at our card, because once it's dry, and look at the dimension that I put into it with bending, and I'm going to show you what to do with a stylus, but look at that sheen, okay? That's amazing. Okay, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let everything dry, and I'll be right back as soon as it totally dries on its own. Back in a second. While our leaves are drying, I thought we could do our wax seal. So here's my little setup, and I'll post the Spellbinders one below, and I'll put it at Spellbinders, scrapbook.com, and Amazon, okay? So your choice, whatever you'd like to, if you want to get into it, what you'd like to try. I, myself, got mine at, because I wasn't sure if I'd like doing it, honest to goodness. So I didn't want to put that much money into it. And so I just got mine at walmart.com, and I love it, and I will be ordering from Spellbinders from now on. So I want to start with this golden color. They come in these little like wax beads. So I want to start with 5 of them in my little setup there. Make sure, you know what, I'm going to put 6 because there's nothing in there, and you know, there is always waste with this, and that's normal. I have a little toothpick here. Here's my wax seal. I love it. I absolutely love it. And what was I going to say? There's a ton of colors in them, but your candles. See how long these wicks are? You should never have them that long and start burning this. You have to cut your wick short, because I got a second spoon over at Hobby Lobby the other day. But see the black soot on this one? I had my wick too long, and so it started smoking. And so that is the big thing, big, is to cut that wick back. And then, you know, just, you could also, if you're doing a whole lot, you could also have a baggie of ice next to you on a plate, and then cool your spoon down each time, because that also cuts down on the soot. The other thing I wanted to show you now, and I'll link below, they have little discs that you could peel to put on the back of these wax seals. I don't have those at this time, but I have a double-sided adhesive and a 1-inch punch. And so this is what I've been doing. I just punch it out, you know, and you've also seen me use double-sided adhesive tape like this. So you need something really permanent. You could do it with liquid glue also, but just hold it, okay? Just hold it and make sure that it sticks. So I'm going to put this up here. Look at our leaves. They are really coming nicely, and they're really starting to pick up that shine from when they dry. Isn't that nice? And look at this green one. I love that. That's so pretty. And then we have our little one right here. This is melting. We're going to mess with those. Those are still drying. I've put my adhesive on the back of Just a Note. And so I'll turn the camera off, and when this gets all kinds of melted, I'll be right back. Okay, so we're almost all the way melted. So I like to use a Q-tip. You could use the end of your little tool, your little pickup tool. You could use that if you want to. I just use this and throw it away. That's why I keep like a little baggie full of toothpicks in my box. And I have just a little box for my wax seal. And so I'm just going to kind of make sure there's no lumps in there. And look at how beautifully swirly that is. I just love that. It is just, it's amazing. I love the shimmers in the seals. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so now I'm going to pour it out. Try to get this as round as I can. They do make molds. I like mine to be imperfect. Like I've said, I saw this. I was not going to do this at all because I'm clumsy. And I could see a fire in the craft room. But when I saw it on the crown and realized that it was a dying art, I had to get into it, and I wanted to do it. So see, I'd even just take my little toothpick there and get out with it however much I can, okay? And now I'm going to take my seal and steady. There we go. Oh, it could have come out over here a little bit more. I'm going to do it again. Okay, hold on. I'll show you in just a sec. Well, actually, this has to let that get hard. I'll be right back, and I'll show you what to do, and we'll do it again. Okay, so see, when I lift it up, there's no, there's no, like, lip over here, okay? So I don't like that. And so what you do is you just take what you have. There's no waste like this way, right? And just cut it. Cut it up. Put it in your little burner. Do it again. Easy peasy. Okay, back in a second when all of that's melted, and we'll give it a second go. Okay, let's test. Looks like we're just about, oh, we are. We're nicely melted. So pretty. It's such a gold, beautiful gold color. Okay, let's try that again. That's the greatest thing about this, is like you could just keep trying. Mix your colors, have fun with it. But like here, I just want to make one. I'll try to do the best I can. I'm behind the camera a little bit, you know, so that does kind of throw you off a little bit. But I am a little new at this, so let's see. Come right over top. Oh, that came out good. Yay! All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, now what I do here is I just take a paper towel and be careful touching this. It's extremely hot. Okay? Even up here, okay, by the handle. You know, be very, very careful. It's very, very hot. So I like to, while the wax is, you know, melted, I just like to clean that spoon out like that. And this you'll always have waste with, always. Normal, very, very normal. Then see, I just throw this away. Okay. And there we go. Blew that out. Whew. Okay. That's good. And then this is cooling. I'm excited. I don't want to touch it, you know. Let's move it to the side. Let's see how our leaves are. So I just want to use like a little foam pad, anyone will do, and get something that has a stylus on either end. I don't know where this comes from. I keep it in my desk. I just like to use it short like that. I have a little one, a side, and a big side. What we're going to do here is let's take any kind of a tweezer. You know, this is a really, really bad one from Walmart. It's horrible, and but I got it during the pandemic because I wanted one, but like it moves and everything. It's horrible, but it's good for this. Okay, so it's really good for this because see, I could put it up on the leaf. Okay, and then I just pinch it, and then I pinch my leaf. Now I'm going to turn my leaf over. And I'm going to take the large end of the stylus and I'm going to push it right here at the tip. I saw Susan Tierney-Cockburn, who, you know, designed this. I saw her do this. Look at the depth that you get in that leaf. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Let's do another one. Let's do this one, okay? So, first, I want to go ahead and give it, like in the middle, just give it a little pinch, okay? Then I'm going to turn it over. Now, she even colored on the back of hers. We don't need to because we won't see the back. Each area, use your little stylus, rub it in there, and let that leaf just pop back. This was amazing. Oh my goodness. Now, as you see, all of our shading in there with the brown and the red and the yellow and the 2 shades of green and then the solar paste. I'm like, I can't even. And then the solar paste. And I'll just pinch that and go up like that and over. And now if you want it a little tighter, use a smaller one, you know, just use a smaller one. But I kind of like using the bigger one. I don't need it too far back, you know, because we have to glue these down. But just enough to give it. And you don't have to be, let me tell you, you don't have to be precise with this. Just push it in there. Look at how that's amazing. Oh, just amazing. Just amazing. You know, but by watching other people and just, you know, watching how their creations, you know, all take shape and applying just even, doesn't have to be all of the techniques, but applying at least even some of the technique, you know, you just get a fantastic result. Okay, now this little guy right here goes like this. Just going to kind of bend these guys on the bottom there. And then here, I'm just going to take this, and I'm not even going to go around. I'm just going to push it so that it kind of puckers it back a little bit. Oh my, that's amazing. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. I love to learn from people, right? Okay, let's see. Let me clean up here just a second, guys, because your friend gets too confused. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. It's perfect. Ah, it's perfect. Perfect. Now I've got this little like metallic pen, and wherever it is raised, I'm just going to go ahead and, like in the center here, you could just color right over all of that because it's just going to hit those raised areas. Now out here there's lines. And it's like I said the other day, I felt like the Spellbinders wax seal was weighted perfectly, and these are very, very, very thin lines, and I have fantastic definition in this, so I have to admit I do see a difference. So I'm just going over these just to define my little sunflower. Just like so. Okay. Now I'm going to take my little circle here that we cut out. I'm going to attempt to separate this. Yay! Wow, that didn't take me forever. I was worried. You know, because sometimes it gets stuck. You know, you can't, and especially I'm filming, so yes, of course. Okay, so see, I put that on the back and it makes a perfect button. Let's put that to the side. Okay, let's bring our card in. And now we're going to go ahead and start to attach our leaves. And I'm just going to put this yellow one here, right up through here. Okay. And we're going to start with that right here in the center, right there. And you can feel it contacts with the card perfectly. Then I'm going to take this little green one. See, because we kind of made a a landing zone when we bent it. You kind of put that one under there. And then this green one. See, I didn't want to put green on green, okay? That's why the two green are up top. And of course, you can fill this in with many, 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 many more, you know, leaves, foliage, whatever that you want to do here. You could even fill it in a whole lot more if you wanted to. And I'm just going to let that, I love the way that curled over to the right, okay? Let's go ahead and put this one. Here. Now don't worry about that, okay? Done that right here. Okay. Amazing. I love it. Okay, now let's go ahead. Did it stick? Wait a minute. I need to burnish it a little bit, just like I do the straight ones, you know. Got to get it to stick. There we go. And I'm going to add this right to the center. I'm going to open this card. I don't want to push on that sunflower. There we go. Good. Yep. That looks great. That's awesome. Okay, now we're going to put our Just a Note. This is done in blush, and it's the reverse of the other one. I love that. Now let's go ahead and embellish with our crystal mix. Again, guys, just click the notify me. And this time, instead of using the white ones, I used the ones that were kind of iridescent. And let's see. Let's come up here and do a large, a medium, and a small right there. And let's do a medium and a small right here. And then another large and a medium right there. And like I said, I need to order these, and I need to order like a few packs because I use them constantly. This is like a real go-to for me. Here is our card. Solar paste, wax seal, embossing, slimline card, using our beautiful paper, and just having fun in the craft room. I appreciate everyone hanging in here and watching my video. I hope you like this card, and I will definitely see you next time.